What's up, traders? 30 of the most hyped tech IPOs over the last 30 years. Do you know the max drawdown? You know the median drawdown in year one? Down 54%, more than half. And the SpaceX IPO drops June 12th, and it's the biggest in history. So before you click that buy button, I need you to hear me out, because there's a way to play this and there is a way to destroy your account. So I'm going to show you three things. One, the day one trap that could have you paying triple the IPO price without even knowing it. Two, the lockup time bomb and the exact price that lights the fuse. And three, exactly what I would do, the defined risk way, not the casino way. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader and I bring in the bulk of my income via the stock market. Now, do me a huge favor, smash the like button, and do remember that this is not financial advice, nor is it a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any equities or options contracts. All trading comes with risk and results may vary. Now, as always, first things first, I'll share a word from God that has to do with money, wealth building, or business. And today's word comes from Proverbs 13:11. And it says, dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. The easy to read version states, slow, honest income lasts longer. And this verse will have a direct correlation with what we are going to talk about today. But before we get into that, I have to shout out some members of the Trader Freedom community who are absolutely doing amazing. So first off, we have my guy Carlos, who said, done for the day at the beach. Thanks, Rashad. And he printed $2,485 just today while he's clearly here at the beach enjoying his day. So shout out to you, Carlos. And then we have Jason, who is a brand new member in the community. He says, did 40 DTE trades today, worked them for about 45 minutes or so. Thanks for helping me print $730. Closed a couple of other trades following your lead, and overall day was $1,280. Only been on your team now for a week and I'm up $4,500. Key point is I better understand the method, plan, and risk mitigation. Been following you online for a long time, but finally took the plunge. Let the results speak for themselves. So shout out to you, Jason, and welcome to the family. And if you guys know anybody else who is looking to trade to freedom, tell them about the community. The link is below in the description. They'll get access to my trades, access to the course, access to me, and access to a bunch of other traders who all have the exact same goal. And so if that is you, the link is below in the description. But also I do have a newsletter called Bull Premium where you can get the exact trades that I'll be entering into on Fridays. And if that interests you, it's only $49 per month. And the link for that is also in the description below. But with that, let's get down to business. All right, so looking at this slide, here is what we actually know. Straight from the filing, the IPO is priced at $135 per share. Fixed price, no range, which is unusual. They picked the number instead of filling it out. That's a $1.75 trillion valuation, the seventh biggest company in the entire world before it ever even IPOs. And yes, it's even bigger than Tesla. And they raised $75 billion. But here's the number that matters the most. Only about 4% of the shares actually trade on day one. The other 96%, they're all locked up. So hold that thought. That's the whole ball game of what we're going to discuss. Now, typically every IPO's fate comes down to three different forces. One, market context. Is it launching into a hot bull market or is it a bear market? Is it an expensive market or is it cheap? Number two, the growth. Is there real profit in the company or not? And then number three, when the early money is allowed to cash out, supply floods the market. And right now, two of those three are flashing red for SpaceX. And let me show you why. All right, so first let's talk about the dream scenario. So Cisco back in 1990 launched into a weak market, barely any insider trading, monster growth. A nickel stock became a $50 stock. And then we had Google. 2004 came out when tech was still cheap after the dot-com bust and basically never looked back. So the common thread between those two is they both launched and they were very cheap compared to what the actual companies were doing. SpaceX, not so much. Now, the other side, when the hype is the trade. So first off, we had Robinhood, which went down 90% in year one. Then we had Rivian, which went down 88% in year one. Then we had Lyft, which went down 79%. Then we had Pinterest that went down 70%. These aren't penny stocks. These are the names that everybody fought to get into. And Cerebras, which was priced at $115, opened near $400, down about 40% within weeks. The hype does not pay you back. Now, if you zoom out across 30 of these different IPOs, the median max drawdown in year one is 54%. Only 43% were even green a year later. And every single one of the 30 fell by at least 20% at some point. Every single one. Now, here is the full list. Every name, every window, scan it, find me the one that didn't bleed at some point, and I'll wait. And it does not matter the name. Look at Facebook, Year one drawdown 54%, Twitter 58, Alibaba 49, Shopify 52, Block 44, Twilio 66, Snap 56, Okta 20, MongoDB 26%. Even stocks that are high flyers now like CrowdStrike, we can see went down 67% at some point in year one. And one of the most dangerous sentences in investing is, it is different this time. So where's the market today? By every long-term gauge, the Buffett indicator distance from trend, we're sitting above the dot-com bubble and the housing bubble. And here's the paradox. The time to sell an IPO is when the market's high and everybody's excited, which technically makes it the worst time to buy one. You don't roll out a $1.75 trillion company in a weak market. So the very thing that makes it possible is the same thing that makes it dangerous. Now, the one thing I will say about the market today is our companies are actually doing very amazing and are growing their earnings. And many of our large tech companies are pretty fairly priced. However, when SpaceX IPOs, we will see that that is not the case at all for them. All right, so warning number one, the IPO is priced at $135. That is not what you will pay if you chase it. 30% of the deal is going into retail and the demand is clearly off the charts. With that kind of imbalance, a market order can fill at any price. Maybe $400, $500 a share. That's triple the IPO price. And so here's rule number one, and you need to write this down. Never, ever, ever, ever place a market order for an IPO. And for me personally, I don't use market orders at all. It's always limit prices for me. But for an IPO, you absolutely do not want to do that. Here is warning number two, and this is something that nobody is talking about. Remember that 96% that's still locked up? There's a trigger that unleashes it. 135 times 1.3, that's a 30% gain, gets you 175.50. And if the stock closes above 175 for 5 out of any 10 days, insiders get to unlock another 10% of the shares. So think about what that does. You go from a 4% float to about a 14% float, which the float is the available shares that are ready to be purchased on the market. That's roughly 250% more shares and more supply that's hitting the market. So read that again. Strength in the stock price is exactly what can unleash some selling. The better it does early, the quicker the floodgates open. And it does not stop there. And so here is the calendar. Of course, we are expecting a June 12th IPO, about 4% of the float. And then August, we will get their first earnings report and also the first unlock. Then staggered unlocks between days 30 through 120. Then the monster around November. Then 180 days, we get a broad unlock. And then Elon himself, he can't sell until 366 days. Okay, the translation is we will not know how this really shakes out until about late 2026. The selling pressure will build all throughout the summer and then it will peak around the holidays. Now, what happens if and when Elon starts to sell his shares or any amount of the shares that he has? We've actually got a recent case study from Tesla. In late 2021, Elon ran that Twitter poll and started unloading shares, somewhere around $39 billion worth across late 2021 into 2022. And Tesla fell about 65% during the span of that time. Now, of course, that wasn't Elon alone because 2022 was our last bear market. But if you look at the charts, you can see exactly the date that he announced that he was going to be selling shares, or when people believed that he was going to buy Twitter, and it went downhill from there. But here's the pattern that matters. Every time the most famous insider starts to sell shares, the stock goes downhill and it happens very quickly. So here's a good question for you. Are you trading SpaceX or are you gambling on it? And so the gambler throws a market order on it on June 12th, which pays whatever the frenzy demands, ignores the lockup, and has no exit. But the trader will use a limit order, knows the 175.50 is a trigger, watches the unlock calendar for supply, and sizes small with the risk defined up front. Same stock, but you could have a completely different outcome. So please match this to your personal risk tolerance. So what would I actually do? And so first off, 3 things. 1, don't chase the open. And to be honest, I typically don't touch IPOs until they've been on the market for a year. At least at that time, you can see where it's trading at. You'll have several different earnings releases. And so you'll have all the information of how they're doing fundamentally. And you can avoid the entire lockup period of all the insiders selling those shares. you are going to have these insiders who are richer than they've ever been before in their life, and they want to just lock in their wealth and move on. And in the market, for every winner, there is a loser. And so please take your time. There is no need to rush into it. Now, stocks like this with a small float usually will go up over the first few weeks. But after that, it can get very ugly. So make sure you are prepared. Number two, I pick my own lane out loud. What am I going to do? Am I going to invest in this company for 10 years, or am I just looking to get a quick profit from it? Have a game plan with all the data that's available now so you know exactly what to do. Okay, and then number three, I let supply come to me. The better entries tend to show up as the selling pressure builds. And so again, for me personally, I am going to wait until at least a year. And if you're looking to utilize options for SpaceX, these are the two that I would utilize if I were to trade it sometime near the opening. So first off, I would do defined risk strategies. I would not just buy a call because you believe it's going to shoot to the moon, all right? And so I would sell a put credit spread and get paid to wait. This is more so a neutral to bullish strategy, but my risk is capped at the width of the spread that I select. Or I would do the opposite and I would buy a call debit spread. This is for if you are really bullish, but you still want to define your risk and reduce the amount that you pay. And with this strategy, whatever you pay is the maximum that you could lose. And for this, I would probably do a few, maybe $10 or $15 wide debit spreads for about 90 days till expiration. But for sure, what I would not do is buy shares at the market open. Spreads only, risk defined before I ever hit send. All right, guys, but let me know exactly how you plan on trading SpaceX down in the comments below. I would love to hear some new ideas. And again, if you would love to join us in Trade to Freedom community, the link is below in the description. But with that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.